Giving you guys a disclaimer, this video is going to be super long. Hi guys, I'm Sushmita from Miss Pink Shoes and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of the makeup brushes and tools that I recommend. Now, a lot of you have been asking me to make video on this. It is definitely one of my most requested videos. So finally, I have it here for you guys. So I wanted to make this as budget friendly as possible, but at the same time, I wanted to keep up the professionalism because brushes are more like an investment. You buy them once in maybe like years. So you can use them for a really long time if you maintain them well. So to me it makes sense to buy a brush that will last you that long. So they are on the budget friendly side, but they're not like super cheap because those brushes don't last. The quality of the hair and everything is not good, but all of these brushes that I'm going to recommend to you guys and talk about, they have great quality and I've been using them easily for a year. So I know that even after 1 year of continued usage, they are working really well for me. So yes, if you want to know more about this, then please keep on watching. So there is a lot of confusion and questions that I see about brushes among my comments and even on my Insta and everything. So I'm going to just clear a couple of things out for you guys before I get into the actual brushes. So you can do your makeup with 0 brushes, you can do it with 5 brushes, you can even use 10 million brushes to do your makeup, to be honest. It just depends on how comfortable you are with your products and all of that. So for me personally, when I'm on the go, when I'm in a really big hurry and I just quickly want to get my makeup done, I don't even bother looking for brushes. I take my fingers and I start doing my makeup. But yeah, most of the times I do have the time, so I use my brushes, and I always prefer doing my makeup with brushes because I like the finish better, I like the blend better, and I can just place my shadow where I want it to be. With the fingers it can go a little all over the place. So yes, depending on your comfort zone, on what look you want to do, like if you want to do a cut crease, you just can't do that with your fingers or without the right brushes. So depends on what look you're going for, you will have to decide the brushes that you need. Maintaining the brush is as important as choosing the right brush. If you're not going to maintain your brush, no matter how much you're going to spend, even if you go buy a very expensive Sigma brush, it's not going to last you if you do not maintain it. So yeah, no matter what brush you're using, you have to maintain it well for it to work well for you. The third thing is that try going for brushes which are more on the human hair side than to the synthetic side, because synthetic brushes don't give you a good blend. Maybe for concealers at the max you can use a synthetic brush, but yeah, otherwise go for the human hair kind ones because those are the ones that will last longer and those are the ones that will give you a really good finish. So yes, with all of that being said, I'm going to show you guys the brushes that I recommend. So I'm going to talk about the set that's available in store first. So this set right here is from a brand called Jessup Cosmetics, and I've mentioned about them a couple of times in my videos. I've even mentioned about their brushes a lot because some of these brushes are insanely good. Like I love them to bits. So yes, this is available on a page on Instagram called Skin La Creme. I will leave the link in the bottom bar. So it comes in a set of 12. Now I lost one of these brushes when I traveled to Europe, and that was definitely one of my most favorite brushes. It was a powder brush, but yeah, I have the other 11 brushes here with me and I'll take you through each brush one by one. So the biggest brush was a big flat powder brush which was amazing. It set my face so well and I love that. So yeah, that brush is the one that I missed. The next one is this fluffy powder brush. Now the difference between this and that is that was much bigger and that had a flatter side. This is more domey. So this I use to dust off my bake or when I just want to even up my face when I have too much powder going on or something, or you can use this for powder application as well. Again, I prefer the previous one for powder application than this one, but this one also works. It's really soft, fluffy, like all of the brushes are extremely soft. I've been using them I think for 8-9 months definitely, or maybe even a year, and no hair fall, no hardness or stiffness, no ends getting dry, nothing, none of those things. Love these. They work really well and they are super soft. The next brush from this collection is this brush which is perfect for your contour. So you can use this for contouring or bronzing, or even if you like to go a little heavy handed on your blush, you can use this for your blush. For my blush I use another brush which I'll talk to you guys about, but yes, this is great for contouring. So contouring is also sorted, and this stippling brush is what I love using for my blush. So now you guys know that I'm a really light right-handed person when it comes to blush, and this stippling brush just gives me the perfect amount of blush that I need. Is the one that I use today. I don't use too much blush, as you guys know, and this just does such a perfect job for that. Now coming to this brush, which is just the perfect brush for highlighting. I absolutely love this. This is my go-to brush. I use this all the time. This is big enough and domey enough for me to get my highlighter on point, and I absolutely love this. Now this brush is something that has changed my nose contour routine. I always either overdid or underdid my nose contour, but ever since I've been using this brush, my nose contour has changed. It's just the perfect brush for your nose contour. Even if you're using cream products or powder products, this just does the trick for you. You can just really get that perfect straight line which is thick enough for the nose, and I love this to bits. Now this brush is something that I haven't used much. It's a large concealer brush. For me, this is the kind of brush I wouldn't really use. I sometimes use this to pick up my product, especially when it's in a container, like when I have to dip in my finger. I prefer dipping this in instead of my finger, but I don't use this as often, and this is just like one of those brushes that comes in a set that I don't use much, and it's not very synthetic, but I don't know why, like none of the other brushes have that synthetic feel. This also doesn't, but I don't know, there's something weird about the texture of this brush, maybe because of the way it's packed or what. I just don't love it. I sometimes use this even to apply my face pack and all of that, but yeah, not too much for makeup. Now this brush is again one of those brushes that I don't use too much. Now this is the only synthetic kind of brush in this. Again, it's not extremely synthetic, guys, but it has a slight synthetic feel to it. Again, maybe because of the way it's packed or whatever, but yeah, I do use this at times, especially when I'm using my Dermacolor concealer that's in a container. I use this to pick that out, or whenever I have any cream products I just want to pick out. So I definitely use this more than I use this one. But yeah, again, for placing my eye product, for glitter, for things that have the tendency of a fallout, I go for this brush because this just adheres the product much better. So again, it's not something that I use too much, but definitely you can make use out of this, especially when you want to place your eyeshadow. This will come in real use. The next brush in this collection is this placing brush, which is great to place your product in. So now I thought this was really tiny, but the tininess actually helps because you can really get into this corner. You can shape your eye really well. You can also use this for your lower waterline when you want to smudge things, because it's really tiny but it has that slight fluffiness plus sharpness. So you can really take this on your lower waterline and sharpen them, and in desperate times you can also use this on your brows. When I don't have any other brush clean, I just take this and use it on my brows. But yeah, not the best brush for your brows, but does the job. Now next brush is this flat definer brush, which is for the brows. Again, it's not my favorite brush for the brows because it's a little too thick. It's not the thinnest brow brush. I have another brush for my brows that I love to filth, which I'll talk about. But yeah, if you are buying the set, you can make do with this, but it's not the best eyebrow brush in the market. And the next brush is this really nice big fluffy brush. Now this is just perfect for your transition color. It sets in that color really well, and when you want to blow something out or just smoke out things, this brush will come of real good use. The last brush in this collection is this blending brush, which again is not the best brush because I just don't like the shape of the brush. I wish it was a little more tapered. So this will give me that big blend and this will give me that nice corner tapered blend. But yeah, you can make do with this again. So this works well when you want to just add some color in the corners or again blow something out or blend something out. It blends really well, but it's not a very precise blend. And when I have a big blending brush, I would want a smaller, more precise blending brush to sort of balance that in. So okay, giving you guys a quick run through now. Apart from this brush and this brush, all the other brushes work well for me. I use them enough, and especially the highlighter brush, the nose contour brush and the blush brush are like my holy grails. I totally recommend this. Now I really wish they sold their brushes as separates, because it would be so much easier for me to recommend you guys the perfect set to go for. But yeah, they are sold only in a set, so I feel that the set is worth it, but you might want 1 or 2 brushes extra apart from this set, which I'll recommend to you guys in just a bit. But yes, this set is something that works really well, and if you're just getting into makeup, if you just want like beginner level makeup and you want to do a good job, these brushes will help you guys a lot. So apart from these brushes, there are 3 more brushes and 1 tool that you will need for your makeup. So the first brush, which is going to be the eyebrow brush. Now although this comes with an eyebrow brush, I definitely prefer this one and totally recommend it to you guys. So if you don't mind spending spending a little extra on another brush, then you should definitely give this a go. So this is by Pack. It's pack number 100. So this has a really nice angled edge on the top, and I'll show this to you guys. This just works really well. It's really thin, and you can use this for cream, for powder. It just works perfectly with everything. And the best part about it is that it comes with a spoolie at the end. Like, this is just dream come true, because a spoolie is something that you need all the time when you're doing your brows. So yeah, this really helps. So yeah, this is definitely the best eyebrow brush that I've tried, and I totally recommend this to you guys. The next brush that you would need if you're buying that set is this brush from Pack. Again, it's pack number 208. So this is like a perfect pencil brush which gives you that precise tapered blend. So if you are going to be using this, first take this brush, apply the product, and then go in with this and blend it out. So this will give you a perfect placement, and this will give you a great blend. So yes, again, if you're buying the Jessup Cosmetics set, you will need this brush along with it. The last brush that you will need is something for your foundation. So this is the pack number 265. I love this brush. I cannot do without this. This is just one of the best foundation brushes I've tried. This does such a good job with the blending. It's super soft, it's super dense, and I love this. I even use this for my concealer, and it's definitely not the best thing to blend out your concealer with, but it does work. You can totally make it work. So yeah, love this brush to bits. The last tool that you will need no matter what you're buying is a beauty blender. So this is the YBP Makeup Perfector. I'm so sorry it's dirty. I just used this before I started filming this tutorial. So I only have one of this. I had two, the one of which tore, so I started using this. That's why I just have one to show you guys. So yes, this is definitely one of the best beauty blenders I've tried. Totally recommend this to you guys. It is a little expensive. It's $1,100 I suppose, but if you are somebody who uses it legit every single day like I do, it'll still go on for like 6 months. So I think it's totally worth the money. If you don't want to spend too much, you can go for the Pack beauty blenders, which are a more affordable version of this, but I definitely prefer this over that because this is much softer and much more long wearing than the Pack one. The Pack one starts to wear off a little sooner than the YBP one. So yes, that's why I would recommend the YBP Makeup Perfector to you guys. So now I get a lot of questions whether to go for a brush or a beauty blender. I personally can't pick between the two. I love both to bits, and it just depends on my mood. It depends on what makeup I'm going for. Usually I'll end up using both, or I use my beauty blender more than the brush. So if you have to pick one, definitely go for a beauty blender because you can do much more with this. But if you have the budget for both and you want to try your hands into something new, do try the brush because you will not be disappointed. Alright, now talking about some more brushes that work, which I bought as separates. They are not sets, but I just made it like a set to show you guys because it really works. So now if you don't want to buy a whole set, you just want to buy some 10 brushes or 7 brushes that just work, then these are the brushes to go for. So as I already mentioned about the Pack brush, the Pack number 265 is amazing. The YBP Makeup Perfector is amazing. So you need these to do your base right for your foundation, for your concealer, even for your primer. If you want to use a product, you can use this brush and apply your primer. So now coming to all of the other base product needs, which is contour, highlight, and blush. So there is a set from Real Techniques. There's a brand called Real Techniques which is easily available on Amazon, and there are a lot of sellers selling it. So see the seller name, it should be the official Real Techniques person, and buy it from that because there are a lot of fake people selling it. This is the first set that I'm recommending to you guys. So these 3 brushes come as a set. This is the sculpting set. So this is just perfect for your face contour. I love the way this contours my face, and it just works really well. This brush is something which I love using for my blush as well as for my highlighter. Now this is just the perfect brush for your highlighter. It places it really well, but the next brush works even better. So I like using this for my blush, and you can just go in circular motions and get like a really nice blend. Again, I prefer the stippling brush from the Jessup Cosmetics better than this. I definitely like this better because it gives me a better, more sheerer blend, but this also works really well. So that is better, but this still works. The last brush in this set is this fan brush, which is the perfect brush to highlight your cheekbones and your nose, and it just works really well. It gives you the perfect product placement, and it also helps in giving it a really good blend. So yeah, this set will take care of your blush, contour, and highlight needs. Now coming to the eye brushes, I've already spoken about the eyebrow brush, which is from Pack. It's the Pack 100. Totally love it, totally worth the money. Then coming to a blending brush, which will go on your crease or as your transition color, which is Pack number 213. Now this is a really nice big fluffy brush. It blends your makeup in really well, and it just works amazingly. So again, about pack brushes, the quality is great, no hair fall, extremely soft brushes. They will last you a lifetime. They work really well. Oops, I dropped it. So these work really well. So yeah, the first brush is pack number 213. The next brush is a smaller blending brush, which is pack number 248. Now the previous one that I showed you is a pencil. This is a different brush. This is a different brush. So why I would recommend this to you guys is because you want sometimes an empty blending brush to blend in your makeup, or you just want to add in one more color to give more depth, more layering. This will really help, and this blends your makeup in really well, but in a very precise manner. So if you want a really precise application and blend it in really well, this brush will work. And again, this is the pack 248. The third brush that I've already spoken about is a pack 208, which is a pencil brush. Again, this is great for precise application when you want to apply stuff to your inner corner, to your brow bone, or you want to smoke out your waterline. This will work really well. For your waterline, you can actually use the eyebrow brush as well, because this just blends in your makeup really well. But yeah, this is much more easier and quicker to do. So yeah, this is again that brush that you need for detailing and for any precise application purposes. The last eye brush that I would recommend to you guys is the pack 086 brush. Now this is just the perfect brush to place in your shimmery or your glittery or any product that you want to place over your lid. So usually on your lid you want to place the product, and on the edges you want to blend it out. So this is perfect to place in your product. This just works really well. So yeah, this is pack 086. Another brush that I would recommend you guys buying is the pack 080. Now this is a lip brush, but this works really well when you want to do detailed stuff. So say you want to do a cut crease, or you just want to do something to your low waterline, or you don't have your brow brush in place, or you just want a lip brush. This would work really well. This is a very precise brush, and this will give you a really neat lip color application. And at the same time, if you want to do detailing with your eyes, you can use this. So yeah, if you don't mind spending and you have the budget, I would totally recommend this to you guys, because you can do a lot of intricate detailed stuff with this. Now there are these two brushes that I want to recommend to you guys, which again, it's an extra. You don't need it, but they work really well, so I thought I should mention them to you guys. It's the pack Master Strokes brush. So I have the entire set, which comes with 10 brushes, but these two brushes are the ones that I use the most. Now this is something I use for my powder or for my foundation also, and this I use for my blush or sometimes to blend out all of the unblended areas. So the thing with these brushes is that when you want like really full coverage, when you want like a lot of coverage, it's difficult to get that with this, because it's difficult to pat it in your face. The idea of this brush is to go in circular motions and blend everything out, and it does a really good job, but it's not going to give you like full coverage. So when you want to go for full coverage, either go for this brush or a beauty blender. But yeah, with these brushes you're not going to get a full coverage. You will get a really good but not full. So whenever I'm in a hurry, I always take this, because this just does such a quick job. So if you want something which is really quick and simple and easy, and you can just take that and do shush and get it over with, these brushes are the ones for you, because these are like really easy and quick to use. A disclaimer, it's difficult to clean these because the product goes all the way in, so it takes a little time to clean this, and they take a lot of time to dry. But yeah, worth it. Again, really soft, really soft. You feel like you're applying something so amazing on your face. Like I just take this and just keep rubbing it on my face, because my face just feels so good. And yeah, these are the two sizes I could recommend. This is a size number 2, this is size number 3. So 2 is great for foundation and for powdering, and this is great for your blush, for blending out your contour, and taking it on your concealer as well. If you want to bake, this will work really well for baking. You can dip this in your powder and you can tap this on your under eyes, and this will bake your makeup really well. So yeah, one of those extra brushes that you can indulge into, but you don't necessarily have to. So yes, with that I come to an end of this video. I really hope this video was helpful for you, and I'm sorry that it was long, but I really wanted to get in depth of every single brush that I'm talking about, so you guys know where you're spending your money. Again, buying these brushes can be a little expensive, especially the pack ones when you're buying, when compared to the Jessup Cosmetics brushes. But trust me guys, it's like a one-time investment. You spend your money and it's like for a couple of years you don't have to be worried about, because I've legit been using these brushes for close to a year, and I'm nowhere close to buying new brushes just because these are not working. I buy new brushes because I want to try them, not because I need them. So yes, these brushes have been working really well, and I can guarantee that if you're using them even on a regular basis, easily for 2 to 3 years you can make do with these brushes. So yes, I really hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, the link is down below. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. All the links are given in the bottom bar, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.